Hello and welcome to a new episode of Silly Point. No more IPLs, but we will continue our coverage. One last IPL episode for the season or till it resumes. We're going to discuss the IPL 11 of this season or half a season. Let's have a good debate about that. Got a few rules. Maximum three per team.
Yeah,
G.
three per team.
Four
Yes.
overseas players, three per team, just to make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So of course, yeah, G here with me.
Yeah.
So G, what do you think? First of all, let's talk about just the logistics and what do you think is going to happen next? Is there going to
Uh,
be an IPL, completed IPL?
yes. I believe they will look to complete it
Yeah,
because the financial loss of not completing an IPL season is really big for
yeah,
sponsors, for the BCCI, for the players,
yeah,
for the other staff, ground staff, for the franchisees. So I would expect it to be completed. The question is, how do they complete it? Where do they complete it? When do they
yeah,
complete it? Lots of logistical questions to be answered. But I'd expect the BCCI to move ahead with whatever is most feasible. And yeah, it. I guess it was a little inevitable with the situation, with the COVID situation in India at the moment, that
yeah,
you know the bio bubble would be breached at some point, especially with the air travel involved.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really it's unfortunate, for the IPL. Obviously, things in India are really bad. Hopefully now, teams, players can focus on their families, can
yeah,
focus on any help that they can provide to India. So I guess whatever happens for the best.
yeah.
I guess we can only hope that the IPL will be finished, and we can try and entertain the audience a little bit with our debates and picks and
Yeah,
elections.
yeah. I mean, let's see what happens. I mean, my personal opinion is it's a bit late now, given that half the tournaments happened.
Yeah,
But they could have, I mean, in hindsight, they could have already had a shortened tournament where they could have just had one round of matches,
yeah, maybe.
or they could have had, two groups of four or something like that, which meant they would have had a completed IPL, but wouldn't have lasted the whole month because they already had a month of IPL, right? So it's not like,
Yeah, yeah,
you had a few games. So with, 7, 8 games per team, you could have easily had a tournament with a result. But anyways, that's all happened now. There's no point. But
yeah.
anyways,
So
it's all done now.
it's all
That's
done.
just
I know
yeah,
nothing we can really do
yeah,
about it. So yeah, let's
yeah,
just pick our IPL 11 of
yeah.
this season so far. Let's say
Should
so far
we?
because
Yeah.
yeah, it'll resume.
Should we start from the top?
Yeah,
Three very obvious candidates for the two opening slots.
four. I was going to say four.
So I have
We've got the
Dhawan, Shaw, Rahul, and
and Faf.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Yes. 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 Faf.
Faf. Yeah, I mean,
Um.
can I say my piece first? I'd just
Yeah.
like to eliminate KL Rahul from this.
Why? Because of his strike rate?
Yeah, just because the strike rate. I was reading an article the other day as to how how poor he's been in the power play in the IPL
No,
this
but
year.
his strike rate is better than Shikhar Dhawan. It's 134 versus 136. So
Yeah, overall, that's because of his 90 of whatever,
yeah,
90 or 50 against RCB, right? But that's the thing, when he gets out, when
yeah.
he's if he gets out when he's 50 or 50, that just doesn't help the team
I
cause.
can't. I can't remove him. I've actually had. Well, I think Dhawan has to be in.
Okay,
He's a left-hander, so he kind of gives you balance. And
fair
he's, I
enough.
mean, not by reputation, but just by his performance, he's been by far the most successful. I think so. He's a no-brainer for me.
Okay.
Then you're left with one of the other three. I mean, Rahul for me was my pick because overall statistically he's been the best.
Yeah, but
Better
I
average.
I agree. Stats wise, he's been better, but I I have been a big fan of Shaw this season. I even picked him to be the highest run scorer for the IPL.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
strike rate of 166 and an average of 40. It's
it's
amazing, right?
phenomenal.
So
Yeah, yeah, and just the way that the kind of confidence with which he's played his cricket after the horrible Australian tour that he's had, it
yeah,
just shows volumes about his mental ability
yeah.
and his ability to like just overcome.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
you
can
know,
we
so
can we fix in? I guess we can get. We probably don't need Faf if we can get four other overseas players elsewhere, right?
yeah,
Um, Although we might struggle to do that, but let's see. So for now, let's go with Shaw and Dhawan then.
yeah. Let's go with Sean
Yeah,
Dhawan, and we can keep KLN Faf as backups in case we need to shuffle things around. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, And then I guess number three, which is also a big, a big question mark for me.
Sanju
A
Samson.
few, yeah, few decent players there. Obviously, we've got Samson who can bat at three, who has batted at three.
Yeah,
Um, you've obviously got, the standard Virat Kohli, who's back. Well, actually, he opened this season, so let's not consider Virat at three at all.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably only Sanju Samson and Moeen Ali that you could consider at
Yeah,
three.
Moeen Ali is a decent pick actually. He gives you an all-round option. He gives you much more flexibility.
Yeah. Again, like Moeen Ali, I've always been a big fan of him in the IPL. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that RCB released him. So yeah, I would go with Moeen at three.
Let me check. He was actually quite high up there in the MVP stats as well, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, I think he's done. I mean, he's done really well, and he gives
yeah,
you, and it'll probably give you good flexibility in the bowling as well. So if you're looking for a balanced squad,
yeah,
so yeah, I'd go with Moeen Ali.
yeah. Sounds good. Number four,
Um, Maxwell has been good.
Maxwell
He
has been good.
tapered
Obviously,
off
we've
towards
also
the
got
end.
yeah, we've also got De Villiers, we've got Pollard. A
Yeah.
few overseas. Sorry, I'm just naming the overseas players that we can consider, not at number four, but in the middle order.
Yeah. I mean, we need a keeper, right? So we'll probably have AB as the keeper at five.
Yeah,
That'd be my
that's.
pick.
I think that goes without saying. And
Yeah, I mean, he's had two or three really match-winning innings or match-changing innings. I think he's.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, he's not had his best tournament, but he's had some I think three innings I can remember that he's been he's played
yeah.
really well. So
I'd be surprised if South Africa don't come knocking.
yeah,
I know I've heard that there have been talks of Graham Smith and Mark Boucher
yeah,
being very keen on De Villiers, playing for South
yeah,
Africa in the T20 World Cup, and it just makes absolute sense. The guy is so fit. He's keeping his finishing skills outstanding.
amazing,
So
amazing.
yeah,
But then
I'd
we
be
got back to
surprised.
debate. Then who do we put at four?
Yeah, who do we put it for? Sorry.
I don't mean. Look, the thing is, we're going to be limiting our. We already have Moeen and AB now as your two overseas picks.
Yeah,
There's one more in the bowling which I'll definitely have. So
I
we
think I know. I think I know who that is.
yeah, but we'll come to that later, right? But
Yeah.
so then we're left with like one of Maxwell, Pollard. I mean, Rishabh Pant at four and
Uh,
keeping
Yeah, potentially. I mean, his stats are decent.
our
It,
average. But in terms of number fours, that's the problem. The best stats are with the openers, right? So unless we like chop and
yeah,
change and
shift.
move
No,
openers.
sorry, because we're keeping a limit of three players from each franchisee, right?
Yeah,
We've already gone with Shaw and Dhawan, and there's definitely one bowler from
yeah.
Delhi that has to be in this 11. So, Pant is maybe not the best option.
But who else do you go with four? Do you push AB up at four and then? But even then, who do you play at
Even
five?
then, we're missing. Actually, to be fair, not many middle order batsmen have done well.
Yeah. Even
It's
Nitesh
very
Rana
hard to pick.
he did well at the top.
Sorry, who?
Even Nitesh Rana did well at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you've got Manish Pandey. He's got a very good average, but then a very poor strike rate, and he probably lost Sunrisers a
Yeah.
game or two. Um, you've got
Mati
Surya
Raidu came good at the end. His strike rate is 200 actually.
yeah, strike rate of 200. Obviously, not scored many runs because he hasn't probably batted as much. He's batted 5 games.
Yeah.
There's Surya Kumar Yadav potentially.
No, but he's been inconsistent. By his standards, at least, he's been a bit hit and miss. And he bats three anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I think yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a gambling pick, or not a really. Probably not the best pick. But out of what we have, I think Raidu is not a bad pick.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, 130 odd runs, 34 average,
Yeah,
200 strike rate. I mean, that's amazing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Fair enough. And he's got that perfect balance of being able to attack and being able to
yeah,
defend if early wickets fall. So let's go with Raidu
four.
at four, De Villiers at five to keep wickets,
Yeah, Pollard at six.
and Pollard at
You
six.
can't
I
ignore
agree.
that. Even if that was a one-off innings, you can't ignore that.
You
You
can't
need him.
ignore. You
Yeah,
cannot ignore the occasion. The way he batted, the way
yeah.
he played around with the bowling, incredible,
So yeah.
incredible. So yeah,
So yeah, you have two all-rounders in your top six as well, which kind of gives you
yeah.
good balance.
And I think number seven is also
Jadeja,
is a no-brainer. Yeah, Ravindra Jadeja,
of
uh,
course.
superb with the bat, superb with the ball, superb with the fielding.
Yeah,
So yeah, and with that we've finished up our quota of Super Kings players because we've gone
yeah.
Moeen, Jadeja and
But
Rayudu.
yeah, I don't think we probably would have picked anyone. I mean, they are
Anyone
the
else?
number one. They were number one, right? So you have to pick three from them.
Exactly. Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
so Sam Curran would miss out, unfortunately.
Yeah, Sam Curran will miss out. I mean, if we had to pick between, Jadeja, Sam Curran, given the balance of the team, yeah,
Yeah.
we can go with Sam Curran, right? And now we come to our other
Number
overseas
8,
player, our final overseas player, right?
Rashid Khan.
Rashid Khan. Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
economy of 6, average of
yeah,
17.
yeah,
I mean, he took wickets. He's not didn't take a lot of wickets. He's still fourth or fifth in the purple cap.
yeah. Look,
But
he's never,
his
I was
economy
looking.
rate is
Yeah, he's phenomenal. I was looking down the list of purple cap
yeah,
holders over the last, whatever, since the IPL started. Rashid Khan has never won it, and there's a
yeah,
reason behind that. It's
yeah,
purely because, batsmen are so fearful of
yeah,
him. They're constantly thinking of not losing their wickets
yeah,
at the expense of not scoring runs. That's why
yeah,
he's got the best economy in the IPL.
yeah.
Um,
And
but
that counts for a lot. I mean, you'd probably take
I
that, right? I
agree.
mean,
I
by
agree.
far, like economy of 6, the rest are, if I look at the list, the top, 7, 8.5, 7.2,
Yeah.
8.8.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I agree. So Rashid Khan at number 8 is a very
Yeah,
good choice. I mean, the only other player we could have potentially considered at 8
yeah,
is Chris Morris.
yeah,
He's been the most expensive IPL player ever.
yeah,
And I guess this time around he's proved that he was worth that money.
yeah.
He's this third
Third
highest
highest.
wicket taker. And he also won Rajasthan a game with the bat. So he
Yeah.
could be another option. Although, is he
But
better
we have
than
so
him?
many all rounders. I mean, Jadeja,
Yeah.
Pollard. Do you need another?
Yeah. Do
You
you
know,
need another all-rounder? I mean, the only other consideration potentially could be that we drop Moeen Ali out and pick Morris. I don't know if you agree with that.
no, but then what do you want? Everyone up one then?
Yeah, then everyone moves one up with Jadeja batting at 6. I mean, he does. I guess he would be batting 6-7 anyways in Chennai Super Kings. So we could do that potentially, or we keep it the same.
It depends, right? I mean, you're in the spinner versus medium pacer. I think if the remaining three are medium pacers, then I think we're fine with the balance
I
we
would
have.
I would imagine that we'd pick the remaining three as the remaining three
Yeah.
would be your Indian
I
medium
mean, yeah. I
pacers.
mean, the rest options, what R. Ashwin didn't have a did good season.
Yeah.
He had an okay season. Chahal didn't have a good season. So I mean, you're pretty much left.
Well, I guess Rahul Chahar had a good season.
Rahul Chahar did.
Yeah.
Chahal.
Chahal, yes. Chahal. So one quick thing on Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav. Uh, they were considered to be the next big things in 2017, and
Yeah.
something changed for them after
Yeah.
the brutal attack by Johnny Bairstow and Jason
Yeah.
Roy in the World Cup,
Yeah.
and now they are nowhere to be seen. So
Yeah.
that's just really sad for Indian cricket. But other emerging
Other
options,
players are coming up. Yeah.
yeah, other emerging options. So
But
yeah,
yeah, I think we'll go. Let's stick to what we have, and then let's probably focus on the medium pace. I think that'll be a
yeah.
good balance.
Sure. I guess
So
two medium pacers pick themselves, right?
Harshal and
Harshal and Avesh Khan.
Avesh Khania
I
from Delhi.
mean, yeah,
Uh,
Harshal has been phenomenal. We've already talked
as
about
long
how
as he
good
don't
he
bowl,
is.
he doesn't bowl the last over.
He won't. Don't worry. We will make sure that he doesn't bowl the last over.
Yeah.
He'll bowl the overs leading up to the last over.
And then Yavish Khan has been phenomenal as well.
Yeah,
Young bowler. We talked about how young bowlers have done really well this year.
yeah, true. I mean, Avesh Khan has been so brilliant. I know Harshal Patel has taken lots of wickets, but I find Avesh Khan's contribution more important
Yeah, I mean
just
Harshal's
because.
economy rate is 9, right? So
Yeah. Well, let's keep the economy aside as well. I just
yeah,
feel Harshal Patel has probably got wickets of middle to low order batsmen, whereas
yeah,
Avesh Khan, he's normally done quite well in the power play as well. He's done
yeah,
well in the power play, middle overs, and the death.
yeah.
Bowling to AB de Villiers at the death is difficult, and he did that pretty decently.
So who do
Um,
you go for as the last option then?
as the last option, you've got, I guess, you can pick one between Deepak Chahar and Mohammad Shami.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. One of
Yeah,
those two.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah, I
guess we
mean,
can't.
well,
Sorry, we can't really go with Deepak Chahar because we've gone with Moeen,
yeah,
Jadeja, and Raidu.
yeah.
So
So Shami.
that
Yeah, I mean
that
the
leaves
rest
us
is they
with
haven't
Shami.
done. I mean Bumrah's had a bad season by his standards as well.
Yeah,
He
not
didn't take
taking
any
too many
wickets.
wickets. Yeah,
Chetan
true.
Sikaria started off well, but he fell off.
Yeah,
Plus,
again,
you need
not
a death
taking too
bowler,
many.
right? The problem is you need a death bowler, right? And Shami
Yeah,
can bowl in the death
Shami can bowl
because
Yorkers
Patel
as
won't
well.
bowl in the death. So you can have Avesh Khan and Shami to bowl in the death, right?
I agree. I agree.
You can't go with obviously Cummins or Bolt or the other ones because they've filled that quota.
I mean, Cummins he's been okay. I would say
Yeah.
by his standards, Cummins has been okay. Trent
His
Bolt, Mustafizur, Rabada, they've all been okay. They've not been
yeah.
phenomenal, have they?
No, they've been
That
okay. I wouldn't pick them in the best 11.
yeah, that's why it makes the selection easier, right? We can just pick
Yeah,
three Indian pacers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you go
So
with Avesh Khan, Akshar Patel, and Mohammad Shami.
Mohammad Shami, right? So yeah, that means that we can leave out Chris Morris. Chris Morris can be our very handy 12th man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can swap around for Moeen Ali. I think him and Moeen
yeah,
Ali can be
yeah,
like the rotation.
yeah. I mean, this is a great team because we've now
Yeah,
got three spin options in Moeen, Jadeja,
a
and
left
Rashid
arm
Khan.
spinner, off spinner, and a leg spinner.
Exactly. We've got three good medium pacers.
Yeah,
Um,
and
and
Pollard.
and Pollard who can help out,
Yeah,
and pretty devastating batting. I think the slight issue we might have with this team is picking a captain, but we'll come to that in a minute. So why don't we just recap the team?
yeah. So you've got Dhawan, Shaw, um, Guin Ali at 3, Raidu at 4, AB
Yeah,
at 5, Pollard at 6, um, Jadeja at 7, Rashid Khan at 8, and then we
Harshal
have Harshal
Patel.
Patel 9,
Yeah,
Avesh Khan 10,
Shami 11.
and Shami at 11. Yeah, none of these are captains, but they're all like vice captains. Lots of vice captains in there.
Yeah. So I mean, you could pick. I guess Pollard would be a good choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Pollard
Pollard or
would be a good
AB.
choice. AB also would be a good choice, but then I think it'll be difficult for him to manage keeping batting at 5 and captaining. So I
Yeah,
would go with Pollard.
yeah. I think that's fine.
I
I'd go
think
with that.
that's a brilliant team, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you could have if you wanted to get another batsman, and you could get Kane Williamson at 3, but he just hasn't played enough. I think he played really well the games he played,
Yes,
but he
but
just
yeah,
didn't play enough, right?
yeah, certainly.
So
I guess some honorable mentions. We've already discussed the openers: KL Rahul, Faf. KL, I've talked about it a lot of times. He misses out just because he scores very slowly, especially in the power play.
yeah.
Um,
Rishabh
Middle
Pant misses
order,
out because of a mix of quota.
yeah, true.
Um,
Mainly because of the quota. I mean, if we were
same
allowed to
for
pick,
yeah,
if we
same
were
for
allowed to
Deepak
pick,
Chahar.
then yeah, we'd pick Faf. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
same for the Deepak Chahar as well.
Yeah, same for Deepak Chahar. We would have picked him if we didn't impose the
Yeah,
restrictions on ourselves. Otherwise, we'd just be savages. So I think rules are good.
Sam Curran again did a decent good tournament with the bat and ball.
Sam Curran had a good tournament. We've also left out the likes of Johnny Bairstow and Glenn Maxwell. Johnny
Yeah,
Bairstow again, fantastic opening the batting, but couldn't pick
yeah,
him. Maxwell did a good job at number 4 for RCB. Um, who else? Ruturaj Gaikwad. They've
yeah,
done medical good, decent IPL so
yeah.
far.
I think
Um,
with the fast bowling, Trent Bolt maybe.
yeah, Bolt
Yeah,
maybe.
he always took
Uh,
early wickets. Yeah, so
yeah,
and
maybe Russell, Andre Russell.
I
In,
mean,
in
no one from KKR. I think it's pretty obvious why. It's so inconsistent.
Yeah, true, true. Um,
I mean, I think Brussels' best innings, the one I can remember, was in vain anyway. I think it was at RCB where
yeah,
they had too much to chase anyway.
yeah,
He
they
had a
just
few, but it didn't really matter in the end.
true, true, true.
Whereas Pollard actually won Mumbai
One
game,
of the
right? So
games, yeah, yeah. Axar Patel was decent, although he
yeah,
didn't play. He didn't play too many games. Bumrah, like we said, had a poor, tournament with
yeah,
wickets, especially. His economy is still seven runs and over, so that's
yeah,
phenomenal. Mohammad Siraj was another good,
yeah,
good option. So yeah, Amit Mishra also very good with the ball,
decent.
decent with the ball. So yeah, few honorable mentions there for you. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's our
this is
team.
our best 11. So
Yeah, with Morris as a fantastic
yeah,
12th man.
backup action. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean
uh,
he could replace, he could
yeah,
replace Pollard, for example, if Pollard is injured.
yeah,
Depending on conditions, he
yeah,
could replace Rashid Khan, Moeen Ali, whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And what's his name? Josh Butler too little too late, I think, for his performance.
Yeah,
Sanju
yeah,
Samson again, one great innings and then a couple of 40s here and there, but not.
yeah. But I must commend Sanju on this. Much better IPL than last year.
Yeah, he's improved. He's improved.
He's improved,
Definitely.
right? So you can see
He
the
started off well, then he had a couple of failures, and you thought that it's the same old, but then he came back and he got a couple of
yeah,
good
yeah.
scores.
So
So
so good on him to
yeah,
improve that mindset of his.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our team. Let us know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? Let us know in the comments. As always, and hopefully, we can refine this with a completed fully IPL list when once the season is over,
Yeah.
whenever that is. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.